Hello, welcome back. In the last video, I talked about how to manage your email box and how to get to inbox zero with relative ease. Today, I'd like to share you how I purge email and how I get rid of it from my inbox. So at the beginning of each year, as we are right now, what I do is I actually identify and create a label for the current year. So we have a label called 2023. If we click on it, we see there's nothing there right now, which is fine. And then what I do is I select all the emails for that period by indicating in the search box that I'm looking for emails that were here before 2024-0101. So the way you indicate dates in Gmail here is by using the prefix before colon. Then you put in a year, 4 digits, / month / day. And then in my case, I'm also going to say after, and I'm going to put in 2023-0101. So in other words, we're looking for a date range that started after January 1st of 2023 through the date before January 1st, 2024. We're looking for those emails in this date range, and they will be in the inbox, and we're good. Now that we have all the emails visible, we can select them all by clicking on the Select All box here. And it says all 100 messages are selected, which is what I show 100 at a time, but we want to select all of them. So I click here to select all the messages. So all the messages for 2023 are now selected. And then the next thing is really simple. We just click on the label icon, and then we identify this for label number 2023, which should be right here. How do we apply? It says confirm bulk action. So we say yes, we're sure. And then you have to give it a few seconds or minutes, depending on the situation, how many emails you have. And it's going to go through and it's going to change all of them to be with the label 2023. So what I'm doing essentially is I'm labeling all the emails for prior year, and then I'm going to get rid of them from the inbox. And when I say I'm going to get rid of it, I'm going to put it in archive. And you can still find them. They're still findable using search, everything else, but they're not going to be in the inbox cluttering up space and mixing with other emails. So now it says all conversations added to 2023. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and again do the same selection for everything. And then we can click on the archive button right there. And it's going to do another bulk action. It's going to archive all of them. And while it's processing, one of the things to consider is that how far back do you want your emails to go? So even though they're archived, so your inbox is nice and clean and it doesn't have any of the old stuff and everything is searchable because, again, we didn't delete them. At some point in time, you might want to delete messages going however many years back. And to do that, all you have to do is simply click on the label on the left for that year and then select all again. So it selects everything with that label. And then you just hit the delete button and it's going to get rid of them. The problem is that if you do that, it'll work just fine. But if you do it like that, then you won't be able to find these messages anymore and refer to them later. So how do you solve that problem? On one hand, you want to free up some room. Like in my case here, as you can see, I'm using up already 78% of my 200 gigabytes of storage. But I don't want to lose the emails and not be able to refer to them later. So if you do want to delete them, just delete them, select everything, hit the delete button like that, hit the delete button, and it'll let you delete all of them. But if you don't want to delete all of them, then my recommendation to make it simple, again, the idea is not to make things real complicated. So to make it simple, all you have to do is simply star emails that you want to keep. So if right now for me to go through all of these emails, and there's like thousands of them for 2023 and try to figure out what exactly I want to keep, what not, it's way too much hassle. So I wouldn't recommend using that approach. What I do recommend though is simply do this starring as you get them. As you go through the year and you get emails, If you see something that you want to make sure does not get deleted, simply star it. Put a star and that's it. There is a way to use multiple stars. So in my case, for example, I use a star that looks like this. That means don't delete in my case. But in your case, you can use something else, or you can use just a regular star to make it simple. Again, if you typically do not use stars to mean something special to you, then just use a basic initial setting of the star. And the reason I say that is because then when it comes time to delete everything, what you can do is you can do the following. You can click on select all and do this. And then over here, before deleting them, you're going to add additional point here saying, show me everything in this date range. In our case, actually, let's change that since we already changed the label. So you select the label by clicking on the label on the left, and it's going to show you the same emails with just one click like that. Then you can select them all. See, it says 9,655 messages. And then what you can do is you can say is : starred. And that's going to show you only emails that are in from 2023 in this case that have stars on them. As you can see, all of them have stars on them. Okay. So these are the ones I want to keep. And I want to delete everything else. So the way you do that is you simply negate is starred by putting in minus in front of the is starred like that. So minus is starred means the opposite of whatever it says. It's a negation. And so if we do this and we hit enter, it'll show us all the emails that don't have any stars on them. And so now you can actually select everything here and then here, and you can hit delete. I don't want to do it, but it'll do the job without touching anything that's starred. So that's the easy way how you can go about making sure that you have emails you never want to delete. So you just simply mark them as starred as you receive them, as you work on them, things like that. And then when it comes time to purging stuff, or let's say 5 years back, all you have to do is just simply select the label. So it'll pull up all these emails. And then you go ahead and add this negative is : starred. And that's going to select everything but the ones that you starred, so they wouldn't be deleted. And then you delete everything else that's selected, and then you're good. And it'll recover the space, and you'll be back to operating at full capacity. Normally, I would say don't delete anything, because that makes, again, things searchable. So you don't have to worry about looking for something that's no longer there. But at the same time, you do have limitation of space unless you keep buying additional space from Google. And quite frankly, there's a lot of emails that wind up seeping through that are just useless, especially after 5 years or 3 years or whatever. And so from that standpoint, it doesn't make any sense to simply clutter up. It makes things work slower. It makes searches go a little bit slower. Think of something sitting in your house, collecting dust and doing absolutely nothing for you. So get rid of it. That's all. And using the stars approach makes it really simple. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you haven't seen the video on managing email and going to inbox zero, please check it out on the YouTube channel. And until next time, thank you.